meeting and surpassing all audience expectations every day. I am Rush Limbaugh, your highly trained broadcast specialist, shaped by countless years of busy broadcast experience and professionalism, making it look so easy everybody thinks they can do this. Until they try. Telephone number is 800-282-2882. Email address lrushmo@eibnet.com. And Matthew in Denton, Texas held on, so we're going to get back to him in just a minute. But I have to share, we had a drive-by caller. Guy called snurdily, didn't have time to stay in line and go on the air. He was African-American from Atlanta. Is that right? His name was Jeff. And he wanted to know if I had heard about Lloyd Blankfein's comment about Jeb and Hillary. What a silly question. Of course I have. I'm the host here. This is my point when talking about Bob Schieffer. Bob Schieffer's a guy you need to ask, hey, Bob, did you hear what Lloyd Blankfein said? Because if there's anybody that might not know, it'd be Bob Schieffer. And not anybody in the drive. It could be Brian Williams. If he doesn't know, he'll make it up. Brian Williams, by the way, Andy Lack is asking NBC staffers to get creative and think of ways they could keep Brian, but not in the anchor chair. Andy Lack, the new president of NBC or consultant or whatever, desperately wants to keep Brian Williams, but it's apparently obvious he can't go back to the anchor chair. Plus, Lester Holt's doing well, or well enough. So they're thinking of creative ways. I think make him the ombudsman. Make Brian Williams the guy that tells us what's true and what's false every day on NBC. Great job. Anyway, the guy from Atlanta was pointing out the fact it actually derives from Martin O'Malley appearing. Get this, and Nick or Matthew, and then hang on, you're coming up, but we got to set the table with some things here before we get back to you. Martin O'Malley went and appeared with Stephanopoulos. Now, Stephanopoulos is in a tank for Hillary. We know this. I mean, I don't think anybody's even denying it, even at the ABC executive level. Nevertheless, O'Malley goes there with Stephanopoulos. And an interview aired yesterday on the program called This Week. And O'Malley referenced what Lloyd Blankfein said, the Goldman Sachs CEO. I met Lloyd Blankfein once. I'm sorry to keep interrupting myself here, but it's not rude when you interrupt yourself. I met Blankfein at the, it was the Giants-Patriots Super Bowl in Indianapolis. And it was during the, I don't know what it was. It was where all the owners were in a building next to Lucas Oil Stadium. And I guess it was one of the tailgate parties is what it was. Yes, one of those. And it was in a cordoned-off area where I was with some of the owners. And Lloyd Blankfein came up to me. He said, you don't know who I am, but I sure know who you are. And I said, I do know who you are. I know where you live. You live in Bob Costas's building. He said, no, Bob Costas lives in my building. Well, okay, still, Central Park West. I know where you live. You do? I do. I said, I know some people at Goldman Sachs. I said, I know Jack the Rat Atkinson used to work there with, what's the previous guy that got in trouble? Corzine. Of course, Jack the Rat's a great guy, but Rat is a nickname, golf course nickname. Anyway, imagine Blankfein, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, thinking, I wouldn't know who he is. Anyway, it's not the point. Blankfein said, and O'Malley commented on it, that as far as he's concerned, Blankfein, it wouldn't matter, Hillary or Jeb. Either Bush or Hillary, fine with him, no difference. The rich would be just as well off with either one. Now, who first suggested this? I ought to call Blankfein. Said, you're stealing from me, Lloyd. I'm the guy who said, based on the way, if you look at their policies, and if you look at the way the Washington establishment's reacting, I said the ideal ticket for 2016 would be Jeb and Hillary, and it'd be up to them, those two, to figure out who's on top, the ticket. That's my idea. That was my, I put that one out there as a marker. And a lot of people have referenced it, of course, not mentioning me. And I don't know that Blankfein was actually had me in mind, although he says he knows who I am. But even better if he didn't, because this is blatantly on it. Oh, yeah. If I'm Jeb Bush, this has to worry me. That the CEO of Goldman Sachs thinks either me or Hillary is a wash as far as they're concerned. What does that say? That's why I suggested it'd be a perfect thing. I mean, you look at the issues, immigration. I mean, Hillary will be, if she's elected, the richest person to be president. Probably richer than FD. Well, it may be JFK, but it wasn't his money, it was his dad's. So I don't know. But Hillary, is it her money or is it Bill's? Or is it money that actually belongs to other governments that they're paying bribes with? Okay, so there's that.